All right, so Charlie came out with a part two. I saw the reactions all over my feed. I already saw the number. Ooh-wee. Let's get to it. Oh man. Let's see what he's talking about. He's not turning it back on.
Meatballs of today's topic. I'd like to let you all know I've been actively working on my Mickey Mouse impression, so please let me know your thoughts. Pluto! So with that out of the way, I'm going to show you all of my analytics from my lifetime being on YouTube and almost a decade of being on Twitch.
Okay.
Now, the reason for this is, a week ago I made a video called I'm Turning It Off, and in that video I'm explaining why I'm disabling any and all means of people having the ability to donate money to me. No more super chats, no more YouTube memberships, for all intents and purposes, no more bits on Twitch. I say all intents and purposes because you can't actually fully disable that on Twitch. Once you start streaming on there, you're fucking shackled to the bits ecosystem. It cannot be turned off. So I made the minimum so high that no one can pay it, hopefully, and actively discouraging people from subbing on Twitch as well. Any and all avenues where people could just give me clams, I am just putting the kibosh on. I should have done this a long time ago, but better late than never. Might as well get the farty sharded now.
And this is my point from my original video when I reacted to the first video. Like, why didn't he do it a long time ago? But y'all wanted to come and attack me. But literally the man is saying out of his mouth that he should have been did this. But whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Y'all, the people who were disrespectful, you got removed. And the people who I'm having a good dialogue with, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being respectful, even though you disagree with me, but you kept it respectful. Thank you for that.
The reason is super simple. I would much rather you keep your money, use it for yourself, or use it for things you deem important, whether it's charitable causes or what have you, but just stop forking it over to me. Now, since posting that video, there's been a lot of questions and even somewhat of a pushback from other streamers about how, like, this sets a bad precedent where it, like, starts to shame other streamers if they don't follow my footsteps here.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm not trying to make a rallying cry here. I'm not your dad.
Dragged it.
You do what you want with your own streams. Keep donations and subs on out the wazoo forever. I don't care.
Right, because me, I will never turn it off. Never turn it off.
That's your prerogative. This was just my own personal decision. Obviously, that wasn't like the most prevalent take or anything, but it is a conversation I saw stirring about after I posted that video, because there are some streamers that believe that normal people having the ability to give them money helps them feel included in the community, part of the crew, part of the ship, and it's like
that's what I was saying in my last video.
Streaming experience to be able to like sub and donate and things like that.
They see value in that.
I've never really shared that perspective. I've always viewed streaming as content that you are providing to viewers for free, and if someone's nice enough to toss you a doubloon, you tip your fedora saying, "Holly jolly, thanks for the red and gold, kind stranger," and move on. But it's not an obligation. And no one should feel like they need to be able to give you money to be included in the community. That feels very parasocial to me. But that's just my own view on it. But what I will tell you, breaking the magician's code here, there is no top streamer that needs your financial support to put food on the table or continue providing those streams for you.
Facts.
Also, the bulk of a streamer's income comes from ads in the first place.
Right.
Anyway, though, I think this stems from people just not really knowing how much money a top streamer can make on Twitch, for example. So let me show you my analytics from my lifetime on Twitch. Now, Twitch analytics are a little wonky here on the back end, so I wasn't able to just set the date range from 2017 to 2020.
Yeah, don't let you do that.
It would just freeze. It would just have a conniption. I bet the Twitch HQ server just fucking caught flame with me trying to do that, so I had to break it up into chunks. So in 2017 is when I really started like actually streaming on Twitch. I had dabbled in 2016, but it wasn't until 2017 where I got like partnered and everything. So from 2017 to 2019, I made $55,500 for those 2 years.
Ooh-wee.
I wasn't full-time streaming at this point or anything. It was just a bit of goofing around, having some fun, and it brought in $55,500. From 2019 to 2021, I took it a lot more seriously. As
damn.
My time streamed went from 600 hours on the 2 years to 3,600 hours, and I made $1.2 million for those 2 years.
God damn.
And this was before my Twitch contract, so the only ads that were running on my stream were like the pre-roll ads, the ones that Twitch would insert themselves. So this was still without ads, by the way. Right. $1.2 million, almost 1.3. Then I got a Twitch
Woo!
contract which necessitated a certain amount of ads, 3 minutes of ad time per hour. And from
4.1.
2021 to basically 2025, I made $4.1 million.
God
And to those
damn.
astute observers amongst you with those keen peepers, you might notice that my subscriptions are less than half of what they were for the previous 2-year period. So even though I have 180,000 less subs across these 3 years than I did for the previous 2, I still made significantly more. And that is because of ads. Ads are the
Wild.
breadbasket to streamers. That is the jelly to the peanut butter sandwich that is streaming. And keep in mind, these numbers here, the 4.1, the 1.2, those don't even include brand deals or sponsorships.
So
and I
way
didn't
more than
have
that.
any like ancillary donations, but a lot of streamers do through like Streamlabs for like text to speech stuff like that. So that doesn't include any of those other means of making money through the medium. This is
So we could safely say he was making probably damn near 10 mil. He's probably made damn near 10 mil or more off of just the Twitch. That is just the Twitch stuff since 2017. Crazy, man.
solely through just Twitch itself. And I think something important to mention, contrary to popular belief, I am not a top streamer. I am also not even a full-time streamer, and I haven't been for over a year and a half. So my 2025 earnings, I didn't really put them here. It's about 100K. So another thing to add to the total here. But I'm not even a full-time streamer anymore, and I haven't been a top 20 streamer probably since the fucking Among Us boom. You know, back in the prehistoric internet age now.
Back in the,
like
yeah.
the Among Us era is the only time where I broached like the top 20. I've not been in that ball game for a while, and yet this is still a crazy amount of money where there is no reason I should be taking money from just normal people working normal everyday jobs. It just doesn't feel right to me. Streaming is the easiest
you got the right
job
to do that.
there is. Hot take, I know, sorry, that was a blistering, scalding magma that I
It
just
is.
spewed out
It
there.
is.
But it is just the truth. I sit in swamp ass for a few hours every day.
If you stream like Charlie and you stream like what's the name? Queso, or you stream like Ninja, or you stream like XQC, like streaming is easy as fuck. Even if you do IRL stuff, you're just living your life and pointing a camera at yourself. It's not that hard. Like it's not for people like me that have to clock in, you know, every day and then try to do this on the side and make some money. That's hard. But just sitting there doing, like, come on, bro. Stream, like, I made a video about that too. Like, streaming is not harder than no 9 to 5. Like, especially if you're doing both streaming and a 9 to 5. Like, y'all bugging.
Well, at least I used to when I was a full-time streamer, playing games or
Right.
just yapping. Now compare that Weenie Hut Jr. routine to a normal person who is actually working their ass off
Right.
every single day in a 9 to 5 environment,
on.
grinding in the hopes of chasing the American dream. And
Talk
then
about it.
they'll come home, maybe turn on my stream and donate a couple of dollars to me. And it just doesn't sit right with me taking that kind of money,
Understandable.
given what I've made from all of this. And I really should have just stopped this a long time ago, especially considering this is just the Twitch side of things. I told you I'm going to show you my YouTube earnings. So
I already
be ready,
saw
because
the
here it
number.
is.
Golly.
Huge
Woo!
fucking number. Unfathomable amount.
35.8 million.
2007 all the way until
God
today,
damn.
$35.8 million. I never even imagined that amount of money was possible to earn without just being born rich.
That's
I've
insane,
said from
bro.
day one,
I don't even have no
I
words.
got incredibly lucky. I will never be able to put into words just how lucky I got with all of this shit here. I'm not special. I got lucky. I have always said that, and I still believe that to this day. Now, something I saw a lot of
35.8.
people asking after the video I made about turning off all the donations stuff is how much money I'm leaving on the table. And while it's kind of hard to show it on Twitch considering both subs and
So-
bits are technically still
so
on,
Millie-
even though I
Little
discourage
Millie,
both and have bits
he
at
ain't
a
missing
point where
that.
I don't think it's even possible to use them, I still can't get like a hard number on what's like gone now or anything like that. But on YouTube, I can show you directly. So with memberships and supers / gifts, I made over $1 million. Keep in mind, I've only had those things enabled for about a year. There was $1 million in a year
Uh-huh.
from just normal people donating it to me. Again, that just doesn't fucking sit right with me. Now, I know there are plenty of streamers and YouTubers that have significantly more money than me and have subs and donations on and whatever. I don't care. Like I said,
Yeah,
this
that's
is not me
like
trying to lead.
we got to stop the pocket watching. Like there's like I went over this in the video too. There's positive pocket watching, then there's dick riding, and then there's negative pocket watching. Like y'all got to chill with that, bro. People you don't know people's situations behind the camera. Luckily Charlie is being nice enough to show us a little bit of his situation behind the camera, and he don't need the money. And a lot of y'all came at me because I felt like, because y'all said I felt like it was performative, and that's because it's like, why you didn't do it a long time ago? But he just said in his video, oh, I should have been did this a long time ago. So cool, whatever. I'll back off of that point for a little bit. I'll back off that point a little bit, but I still feel like, there's an underlying reason and we don't know. Somebody in the comments in the last video gave a good reason, and they said, the parasocial element. When people donate to a streamer, they feel like they belong, or they feel like they're attached, or they have some type of entitlement to the streamer. So maybe that's part of the reason. He also obviously gave one of the reasons that he obviously don't need the money. We knew that already before he even showed us the number. We knew that. But I was saying there's probably another reason underneath that. So I'm glad that he put this video out to give more context. So hopefully this comment section would be a little bit more positive, but it's okay if it's not. I'm all for the verbal sparring as long as you don't get disrespectful. The disrespectful people were removed. The people who just disagreed, the comments are still there on the two shorts and the long form video that I made, which are doing pretty good for my channel.
Some kind of revolution here where all of them turn it off. It's their choice to make. I wanted to explain fully why I don't want normal people just giving me their money anymore at all. Also, to be honest, I think just full goatseeing, showing how much streaming / YouTubing can make, just showing you the full, unedited, raw numbers,
infinite
is probably
potential,
helpful for normal people so they can see how much money is in this space, because I think there's often so many question marks from people wondering how much does a streamer or YouTuber make. They'll either say like they're making billions of dollars or they're making nothing. There's never like an in-between, because there's never any like really hard numbers to look at. So I think something like this can be helpful for that, especially because over the years I've noticed there's been a multitude of creators that have come out and tried to like underplay how well off they are financially.
Of course they do. It's a safety thing.
It could be somewhat of a brand risk where if they're perceived as being someone that's very rich, well, maybe their audience wouldn't like them as much because they're no longer relatable. It's just something I've seen here and there over the years from a bunch of different creators, and I just find it a bit disingenuous. So hopefully something like this can help show that if someone is in like the top sphere of YouTube or Twitch, they are very, very well off financially. Anyway, though, if you add both of these numbers up, I've made a total of $41.3 million.
Ooh.
But that's not to say that's what I have. Now, I do live in Florida, which means there is no individual income tax.
Yeah, no income tax.
Big time Florida W right
Big
there.
money.
And I know.
Big money.
I'm big time gushing grannies, Florida glazer. I've lived here my whole
And another thing, I mentioned tax, somebody that I had to block off on my page, because I mentioned it could be a tax thing. I understand that Florida does not have income tax, but there's still a federal tax that everybody still has to pay. Like, what about that did y'all not understand? That's why I said you don't understand taxes, be gone. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Floridians still have to pay federal taxes, right? Yes, right here. Floridians still pay federal income tax. I'm talking about the individual state level tax they don't pay. So, like, you idiots are trying to debate with me, and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, come on, bro.
Life, and that is something very nice about it. But
well, not all of y'all, some of y'all, just that one
person. With the lube, he still goes whole hog raw. It is still
come on.
When the tax man comes a knocking, he'll blow up your guts.
Come on, and that's why I said that's probably one of the reasons why he's cutting it off too, because the tax is wrecking his shit. I know it is, because I know he's an upstanding citizen. He pays his taxes. He doesn't try to avoid taxes. He does donate a lot of money throughout the year. He does have a lot of stuff he could write off on his taxes. But Uncle Sam gonna get his hand in your pocket. I know this because I pay taxes and I work, bro, and I make money off of this, and I make money off of my day job. Like, so come on, bro. Like, y'all was really in them comments trying to come at me, and he's basically, I'm not saying validating, but like he's basically like the points that I brought up, every point, most of the main points that I brought up, he's brought it up. So y'all really did not do y'all big one on that last video. Y'all did not do y'all big one.
And that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. Obviously, a good chunk instantly goes to taxes.
Right.
There's also like salaries for the people that I pay on my team, other expenses, and also for the first 4 to 5 years of me earning money through my YouTube channel, I donated every single dollar to charity.
Just giving it
away.
So
while I may have earned $41 million over the course of my time online, I don't have nearly that much. But I still have more money than I will ever know what to fully do with. And I actually thought it would be kind of fun to go through like a deep dive on what it looks like. You know, taxes, expenses, all that kind of thing to see.
Oh, we would love to see that.
But
we would love to see that.
That's a topic best left for a different video. So for now, I'll conclude it here. Hopefully this was
We would love to see that at the back end.
Anyway, that's really about it. So
yeah. Yo, shout out to Charlie, bro. Shout out to Charlie, bro. Like, I feel like if he would have watched my other video, I think he'd understand where I'm coming from. Because he definitely addressed a lot of like the points that I brought up. Not saying he fully agreed with them, but he did address it. So I'm like, maybe that's the reason. Like, you're getting fucked on the taxes. So it's like, you know, if I turn this off, that's $1 million. That's, you know, that's $1 million I don't got to worry about. That's not coming in because he clearly don't need the money. And that's $41 million just off of the revenue from Twitch and YouTube. That's not counting the That's not counting the what you call it, the, like you said, the brand deals, outside deals that he done put together over all of the years. So he really probably touching around 50 million if we you know, if we're being modest at the very least. Like, he's probably touching around 50 mil. But that don't mean that's how much he, like, again, like you said, I don't mean how much he have. That's just how much he made, because a lot of that goes to taxes. And then, you know, he has to pay, he has overhead because he's running a business. He's a business. So he's paying employees and stuff. So if he made like 50 mil, he probably touched like, let's say he probably touched like 20. He probably touched like 20. And that's still an absurd amount of fucking money. So he's living his best life. So shout out to Charlie. All right, so y'all let me know how y'all feel down in the comments, right? So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out.